Welcome back to Weekly Rapid Chess. This is episode 15, and my rating is 1107. So, on the brink of getting dropped back down to 1000 rating. So, really need a win today. And without further yapping, let's begin. So yeah, today we'll have 1100 rated content, and next week we will have 1090 rated content. So let's just maybe make sure that doesn't happen. My opponent's playing a pretty strange opening, if I'm going to be honest. I kind of just like pre-move c6 at this point, because I usually expect everybody to just play e4. Okay, this is good. He's going to try to trade off my knight and win this pawn, although my queen is still here. I'm not 100% sure how he's going to do that yet. I'm not super keen on just allowing him to pin my knight right now, but I think that's what I'm going to do. Because I am anticipating this. I feel like that was his idea. Yeah, maybe I should have moved up my bishop. Yeah, I'll develop my knights, I'll develop my bishop. It's not threatening anything crazy right now. Maybe I could even just push this pawn another square. Okay, well, I mean, I think I still can do that. Shouldn't be anything wrong with this move. Maybe if we can get a trade, then we'll get another pawn kind of supporting this, even though it's doubled. That's actually going to be fine, like I said, because it is supporting that. Okay, he is going after my bishop now. If he takes the bishop and my queen's there, then the pawn will still be defended, so I'm not worried about that. And he's not forking anything. You know, I'll let him come take my bishop. I don't even care. I'll just take back. I'll even pre-move. Oh, okay, he's going for this one first. Yeah, we gotta take back, and then if he does that. Alright, cool. So we do get the trade. Yeah, and now we've got like pretty decent center space. Maybe I could even like claim more, because the bishop would still support this. But it's pretty obvious he's pushing down here on the king side. I kind of want to acknowledge that threat. But at the same time I don't, because I want a castle. I'm not sure. Castling either way is not great right now. Well, we'll do this. Maybe we can get his attention back on the middle. Back on the center here. Yes, okay, that's what I wanted. Alright, he's pushing here. I'm wondering why he didn't just push this 2 squares, but I guess he just didn't want to give me an opportunity to undouble my pawns. Yeah, honestly, this kind of like block of pawns, even though these two are doubled, it's actually okay, because they're all kind of supporting each other. So this is actually working like quite well for me. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard for him to develop anything now. Like, this knight basically can't really go anywhere. I mean, it can go here, but like it's not going anywhere important. I'll develop my bishop a little bit, get ready to castle, maybe. A little bit odd. Castling, I'm still not sure which way I want to go. Maybe I'll go to just the opposite direction he goes in. Like, if he goes here, then I'll just do that. Put the rooks pointing at his king. Well, we'll see. Okay, he is attacking this, and he is threatening to go here, but that's not a big problem. I mean, the only thing he can really attack here is my rook, so you know what, I'm just going to preemptively kind of defend here. I also am looking at this pawn. He gives a check, so yeah, now I can't castle anymore because I have to move. I mean, I could block with the rook, but that's a terrible idea. And I would still have to move anyway after that. So let's just move this way. Maybe we can kind of... Okay, he does castle this way. This is pretty good for me because, like I said, the rook looks at his king here. I'm gonna move my king here, put the bishop here, trade it off hopefully, and then get the second rook, kind of helping this attack. Maybe move this pawn so the queen also is looking here. And then I'll try to create some sort of unstoppable like barrage of pawns on his little castle fortress. Okay, so he pushes this pawn here immediately. This is tricky because I'm not 100% sure taking is the best idea. But at the same time, if I push and trade pawns, then my queen never really looks here. If I trade, maybe there is a small chance. I'm also tempted to just go for the bishop trade and let him worry about this. Hold on, if I go here and he takes, I can just take back, right? Yeah, I could. Okay, so... Oh, wait, hold on. If I do this, then he'll actually take here. Okay, that's a little... That's not amazing. So we can't trade the bishop just right away. I don't want to lose that pawn. I'll take. Why not? I'll bite. Okay, he takes with the rook. An interesting choice. I'm wondering if this is a move. Because if I go here and he takes with the pawn, which he probably won't, he'll just lose the rook. But if I go here, he can't really take with the rook either because my knight is here. I might be able to just get this pawn. Kind of blow up his center. He also has no dark squared bishop that could ever cause problems for my king and queen here. All I do is to make sure my king doesn't stay on the same line as my queen. Especially with this light squared bishop. The queens and the rooks and everything. Maybe this isn't the best idea. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, because if I do this and he takes back, and I take back, then he kind of has this, which isn't optimal because then it forces my king away, and then my king feels kind of naked after that. Okay, he is attacking my knight. Yeah, he's definitely trying to force the knight away so he can either get this pawn or go for checks. So that's pretty good by him. I don't want to move it right here because then he takes back with the pawn and my knight has to move again. But also putting it on the side or back here seems kind of detrimental. You know, I'll keep it over here. We'll look at this pawn. And things should be okay. Alright, he does this. I was kind of planning for that. I think I can go here, and he can't really put his rook over here because of the pawn. This should be okay. Right? Hopefully, surely. But yeah, this doesn't look amazing. Ooh, okay. We still want to defend this bishop, so we'll go here. But now the bishop is pinned. That is unfortunate. Yeah, this is quickly becoming less and less fun. I also can't go over here because the bishop is still there. I need to really trade off some things here. I could go for this check at some point. If he doesn't defend it with his queen or something. Maybe he forgets about it. This still looks pretty dangerous, but the knight is still here. Oh, geez. Okay, he's jumping in immediately with the bishop. Not sure if I want to give the check first, and then get his rook. You know, I did say I wanted to trade material off, so... No, let's do it. And also getting rid of his rook will free up my bishop to do things. Actually, I think I get a bishop out of this exchange, because if he takes back, I can always take with my knight. Okay, so this is good, this is good. I can take this rook. He can take my rook, but then I take his bishop. Yeah, alright, cool. So we are up material, but it is still a little bit scary, especially because of his rook, yeah, being here. It can do things like that. Actually, this is a really good move, because it also defends his knight. I just wanted to point that out. A moment ago, that knight was not defended, and now it is. You know, I'm wondering, maybe I should have taken the knight there instead of the bishop. I don't know. But this is the position now, so let's worry about this first. I'll go here. I mean, it does kind of invite this move, but that's, like, I mean, unless he puts his queen there, it's actually not bad. I could just, like, take the pawn or something. Just gotta be careful not to get trapped. Maybe get rid of this rook entirely. Okay, take this pawn. Did he forget that my bishop was here, or is he planning something? If I take with the bishop, does he have any checks? No. With this, I could always, like, go here. I'm not trapped, right? Maybe he just doesn't want me to take this pawn. He's trying to distract me. You know what? I'll take the knight. I think that's the best move. This pawn looks scary, but it kind of blocks the checks from the queen, so it's actually kind of helping me. Also, on the next move, I can take this pawn with my queen if he doesn't, you know, defend it himself. And then I don't know, I think it would be okay. But we just gotta play this out. Definitely should trade off his rook. Stop him from getting any counterplay. I'm up material, I should be happy with trades. Okay, he is attacking the bishop now. And this is starting to look a bit scarier. I feel like I can defend it by taking this pawn here and also maybe threatening to go back here, take with the bishop, something, I don't know. But I'm also kind of scared because this looks really bad for me. My king in the middle with these two pieces can get easily checkmated. You know, I'll go for this. I can always come back and give him just annoying checks. My queen can also come back here if he does decide to do something. Ah, but then he would be able to take the bishop. Maybe this isn't such a great idea. Okay, so obviously don't block with the queen. I think if I go here, and then put the knight here, I should be okay. Hopefully. Queen still defends the bishop. Although I can't really take this pawn anymore, even if my queen was over here, because now he's got two defenders on it. I want to block with my knight here and get the rook in the game, because I have this extra rook and I'm not using it. Yes, okay, check. If I block with the knight, can he really do anything? I don't think so. It also kind of supports my bishop, except for the fact that it's pinned. Yeah, next time he doesn't give me a check, I'm literally just going to trade off his rook. I'm just going to start trading. I need to get his rook out of the picture. You give a check, get rid of the rook. I should be okay. Okay, this move, I think he's threatening to go here. I'm just going to go for the trade. Wait, hold on. If I do this... Oh, wait. Rook here. The rook still covers this square. So if he could have somehow gotten his queen here, that would have been very bad. And I think that could potentially be like mate or something. Or do I just go for the check? This bishop is here, and if it wasn't here, I could have forked his pieces. I'm also afraid that if I go here, he goes here, my king has to move, and then he can take the rook. I'm getting low on time. I'll just check. That'll buy me a little bit of time. I can take this pawn. His king has to go here, yeah. This does not look good. I thought I was clearly winning, but there is work to be done. I'll take, I'm not sure if there's much I can do here. I just moved my queen further away from the defense of my king. I feel like this check is imminent, and then I'm gonna have to move here, and his rook is gonna come in. I have to come up with a plan to kill him faster than he can kill me. Oh no, I just lost the rook with that move. Oh dear. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. If he takes the rook, he'll actually stop attacking me for a second. Yeah, the king in the middle is a dangerous place to be, especially when there's rooks and queens still in the game. This is totally a move right now, but I don't know if he's gonna try to go in for the kill, which would be horrible for me. Okay, he goes for the rook. Thank goodness. That's actually okay. I need something. Yeah, I'm gonna go here and just threaten to end the game. I need to keep the pressure on him. I'm up a pawn, but that's gonna be gone in a second. He just takes the bishop. What? Okay. Queen here, and just trade the queens. I have the knight. I can stop his pawns. I think. What is he doing? Check. I need to defend the pawns, maybe. If I go here... He doesn't have any checks. Because he can't go here. He's getting low on time, but so am I. Although I've been playing lots of bullets, so I'm confident I can win this. He's attacking this. Let's push. I could trade off the queens, and this pawn would be pretty much just going. Yeah, let's do it. And my king can stop those two. "29 seconds on my opponent's clock here. Okay, he's doing this. Check. Just bother him. We'll go back here. If he doesn't move his queen or king, we can go here and force a trade right now. Okay, he moved it, but it's okay. We'll force this. Alright, nice. He's got 4 seconds, he can't win this. And he resigns, okay. With 1 second remaining on the clock, wow. That got really intense after I thought I was winning. I'm not gonna lie, I got pretty nervous when he took my rook, but luckily this did go into kind of a low time situation, which I am more than okay with. And we did get away with the win here, so No 1000 rated content next week. Hopefully, if I don't lose more rating while I'm off camera. But anyway, that was a really intense game. It really did go to the very end here, in both terms of time and material. Kind of had a nice end game going on. And yeah, well, I'm gonna go review the game now, and I'll be back with analysis. Okay, so we are back with the analysis, and as we saw in the game, I was playing as white, and my opponent was I was playing as black, and my opponent was playing as white, and he plays the very interesting c4 as the first move, which is not the most common opening, but it is a real opening, so you really can't argue. And I play c6, which is pretty much what I always do against anything nowadays. I just love kind of playing the Caro-Kann. Such a great opening. And he plays knight c3, and this is apparently the English opening, so real opening. This is not fake, guys. And he plays this move here, d3, which is an inaccuracy. He's apparently supposed to push this pawn 2 squares instead. But honestly, I don't think either of us really know much theory, especially at this 1000 level. We're just kind of playing for fun. I'm developing my knight, trying to do some principled chess moves, and we trade some pawns in the middle. These are apparently both the best moves, so this is great. And he's quickly developing his bishop to attack the knight, and this is an inaccurate move, probably because it just pins myself, because I'm pinning myself. The knight is pinned to the queen, but I was trying to just support this pawn, especially with the knight coming in. And a few moves later, I've developed bishop and my knights, but this light squared bishop is still kind of hiding in a corner. He's also developing his pieces, but not before he pushed some pawns on the side here, as we did see, which is interesting. And then he makes this blunder here, which I actually didn't see in the game, but there is the move queen a5, and what this does is it checks the king and also attacks the knight at the same time. So you will actually win the knight after queen a5, but I don't play that. I missed that completely, and instead I went for his bishop here, which he did trade off, and I'm supposed to take with the queen, not damaging my pawn structure. And that would still defend the bishop. Anyway, he does take the bishop, and I have to recapture. And this is a position. It looks like I have pretty good center dominance, and the computer actually agrees with me. It says I have the advantage here. But he is quickly pushing over here on the queen side. So I respond with a good strike to the center, and he acknowledges my threat, kind of. And even though these pawns are doubled, and the computer doesn't really like this move, it evaporates my advantage after that. I thought this was good, because now the center pawns are supported, and we kind of have a nice, like, sort of, maybe not an attacks per se, but something going on here, definitely. Afterwards, I'm developing my bishop, and I'm getting ready to castle, but he's going to make that very hard for me in a second. He develops his knight to the side. According to the computer, this is good, but traditionally you shouldn't really be developing your knights to the side, because it limits the amounts of squares they can see, because this knight can only see 4 squares, and if it was in the middle somewhere, it would be able to see 6 or 8. 8 if it was closer to the middle. Anyhow, I'm developing my rook here, just to have eyes on this pawn, even though it is indeed defended by the knight. And he gives a check, and this just stops me from castling. He just takes away my rights, and my king has to move. But he castles. I guess he's just flexing on me. It's like, yeah, you can't castle. I mean, I'm gonna do it right in your face. Boom. But anyway, it's pretty funny. And I continue shuffling my king, and the computer doesn't really like this move. I was hoping to get my rooks out, but this pretty much kind of makes it a target now, because now he's got this really nice sort of semi-open file where there's kind of like only just this knight blocking any rooks or queens coming from my king. So the best move for him is actually to bring this rook here directly and just start attacking. But he does go into the center, but that is where I'm strongest right now. So I can take back, although this isn't the best move. I'm supposed to put some rooks here to kind of, so I can support my king moving somewhere. But I trade, and he takes back with the rook. This is the best move. And over here, I make a little inaccuracy. I was thinking that if he takes, I could always take back with the rook, and he can't really take back with the rook because I have a knight. I think I misspoke there. Hold on. If he takes my pawn, I can take back with my knight, and if he takes with the rook, I can also take back with the knight. and I would be just trading pawns. But he can actually just kick my knight away with this move here. Knight has to go somewhere, and it does no longer look at this pawn, and he has a massive advantage. Apparently over here, I can even just... the computer wants me to just completely ignore the threat of the knight here and just take the pawn, which is an absolutely crazy move. I mean, look at this. What? You just take the free pawn, and the computer says you can't even take the knight, which is absolutely wild. I don't even see how this could work, but apparently you win the center pawns, and this pawn becomes dangerously close to promoting. But then again, it's a computer, so obviously I'm not going to see that. He does take the pawn in the middle, and he has a massive advantage now, 3 points. There is really not much I can do, because my king is about to get violated. So that's exactly what he gets to do. He starts attacking my king, but he makes a blunder here, and this actually gives up all the advantage back to me because of this move here, this check, which now attacks this rook and forces him to move. Because after this move, I can take his rook, and even if he takes my my own rook, I win the bishop in this exchange. Or in this case, I could have won the free knight that's over here, which was actually the better move, and I was contemplating this during the game. I was wondering, maybe taking the knight there was better than taking the bishop. Because immediately, he puts the rook here and defends the knight, forcing my queen away. And my queen has to go here, so the computer says I have a massive advantage, right? But this is only provided I defend against his scary queen and rook against my kind of king here, who's very unprotected, I should say. He's doesn't have many defenders around him and can get easily attacked by these pieces. And over here, he makes another inaccuracy, leaving his knight to my bishop here, which I take, and this is the best move. And then he moves his queen in. And this really scared me because now this looks like I'm about, like, checkmate is almost like imminent or something. But I take this pawn to defend my bishop. He gives a check, I move, and he gives another check, and I block. So far, I still have the advantage, but really quickly you'll see that he's taking this pawn, and it's looking not great. Well, the queen won't move like that, but it could somehow get in here, maybe. I don't know. I was scared of some sort of checkmate world where I get checkmated here, but the knight is actually there to defend. I give a check for some time to think, and I make a small blunder here, because after this move, my king is forced away, and he can just win the rook on the spot. So now the material is actually more or less even. I'm only up by a pawn, because I have the... this is 6 points, and this is 5. So I move my bishop here. I'm thinking I'm going to go here and try to end the game quickly, but also this pawn is now... has another defender on it, which is great. And he takes the bishop here. And mind you, we're both pretty low on time, and this was a mistake because I get the rook now. And the queen by herself can't really checkmate the king. She needs some help, like from rooks or bishops or knights, because something needs to protect the queen while she goes and does the damage. And now the queen really isn't a threat to me anymore because it can't checkmate by myself. All he has is pawns. And I still have this knight, which can stop those pawns, and I also have the majority over here. It's a 2v1, the other pawn isn't going to win, I can try to promote. But that doesn't happen because we're very low on time. So after a check and some shuffling, we do eventually get a forced trade over here, which is the best move. He has to trade or else he loses the queen on the spot. So he does that, and at this point he only has 6 seconds left on the clock, or I believe it was 1 second of the game. And he resigns because I can stop these pawns with my king from advancing and my knight, but he can't do anything about this 2v1, and I would promote and win. Computer agrees, massive advantage. And this is how the game ends. But that will be it for today's video. Did get away with a win today, which is very nice. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Check out the playlist if you want to see more content like this. And I'll see you next time.